Alright, hey guys, my name's Tiffany. Just a little bit about myself. I'm 23, living in Worcester, Massachusetts now. I used to live in Texas. I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. I actually moved here in Worcester, um, I think it was like September 2012. And I've been here since. I've actually grown to like it. I really do love it here. The only thing is, it's so cold here. Too much snow for me. Um, and it's so far away from my family. All my family's in Texas. So it's really hard sometimes just because, like before, I could just be like, okay, I'm gonna get in the car and go to my mom's or go see my sister, whatever. So it's been tough, but it's just getting used to. And, I know I can always go see them, even though sometimes it's hard just because it's so expensive flying, especially with two boys. I do have two boys. I have CJ and Kaden. They're 4 and 3. CJ's the oldest. They're actually 9 months and 4 days apart. They were supposed to be 10 months apart, but Kaden ended up being born a month early. So that was hard, but I think it's pretty easy with them now that they're a little older, just because they can actually play with each other more now and entertain each other, where before it was like I had CJ who was like already wanting to do things and Kaden who was like infant. I'm just gonna lay here and stuff. But yeah, so I'm married to Casey. Casey's my husband. We actually met in El Paso, Texas, and got married September 2011 and been married since. We have a good marriage. I love him and I'm happy to be with him. So, anyways, so I wanted to start making video logs about myself, my kids, and now that I'm pregnant again, um, I thought it would be something fun and interesting to get into just because I'm home most of the day. I work like part-time, sometimes seasonal jobs. So I just thought it would be something to get into, meet people out there and put my story out there of me and my family. Um, well, to start off, it would be our fourth pregnancy. So I actually miscarried in August. It was the 21st of 2015. Um, I was about 7 weeks and like 3 days. That was really tough to go through. It was something I never thought I would go through, so it was really, really hard. Um, I think I honestly don't know why it happened, but the doctor told me it happens, which I guess. Um, we ended up not, we had tried again right after, and nothing happened. So it was like kind of just putting me down because I was like, okay, is something wrong with me? Can I not have kids anymore? And I did go to the doctor a couple of times, and she told me everything was fine, everything was perfect. It was just like not happening. So we left it at that and actually just stopped trying. That was in August, so we had started trying again like mid-September. And then after that, nothing. And I ended up going back home to visit for Thanksgiving in November. So I was there from like the 19th to, and I left December 3rd. So I was there for about 2 weeks. I actually went for Thanksgiving and my mom's birthday. So her birthday is the 21st. So I was there. It was like a surprise and homecoming for me. No yelling, okay? It's my son CJ. So yeah. I actually went there. I didn't want to leave. I just like once I'm there, I'm like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. Obviously, I can't do that. But we had a good time. My sister actually has a video posted up on YouTube on her page, so you guys could always go see that. She's under Tatiana Barraza. She has a video of like of my mom coming in to like the place we were having like the little get together, and me coming out like through the side. But that was fun. It was nice to see my family and be with them. I think it was like probably like a year and a half or 2 years since I had seen my mom and sister, because I had gone to California to see them. I had met up with them, and that was fun too. But so anyways, when I was in El Paso, I had gotten the Depo shot, and just because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it and not try anymore for a while. And I just wanted, I've never done birth control. The only birth control I did do was the IUD, and that was after Caden. But I was always bleeding all the time. So I had asked my doctor just to take it out, and I didn't want to do anything. So I did get the Depo shot when I was there. And right when I got home, I think it was like December 3rd. I said, yeah, December 3rd, like a day after I got my period. So I know I got my period. And then, so Casey knew I got the Depo shot. So we've never really used any like protection. It was usually pull out method or, so we weren't using any protection. We weren't using the pull out method, nothing. And I started feeling different, and I just knew something was up. And I think it was like a few, because I know I tested the 25th, and that's when I got my first positive, and I was only like 3 weeks and 2 days. So it was like December 20th, I was telling Casey, I think I am. And he was like, I think it's just you. He's always telling me, I think it's just you in your head. But no, I was like, this is like, I think I am. Just because I know my body and I know when things are different. So I waited until the 25th. And it was like the day after we had gone to, yeah, it was the day after we had gone to his family's house in Connecticut. And the only reason I tested was because when I'm with his cousins, like when we're all together, we all like to play games, and like they always like drinking games, stuff like that. And when I tried to drink with that day, I just couldn't. I was like, it tasted gross, and like I like to drink, but like that day I just couldn't. I'm like, I can't. Like, so I stuck to water like the rest of the night that we were there. And the next day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna test. So we ended up picking up some tests from the Dollar Tree. And I was like, I'm just gonna pick them up from here because there's no way I'm gonna go spend a lot of money at whatever store, Walmart or whatever, and it be a negative. Like, no. So I ended up testing that day. It was a faint positive, but I was like, if it's a positive, it's because I am. And I actually tested every day. I think it was like every day until let me see. I think I have it like on my phone. So like I tested every day until until the 30th of December. And like I could tell like the lines were getting darker and darker. And I was like, I am. And Casey's like, well, not till I see that it's like strong lines, then I'll know that you are. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I didn't test the 31st or the 1st. So on the 2nd, I ended up buying a first response. I ended up buying a first response, and it was like full blown. positive. So he's like, fine, I guess you are. So then I um ended up calling my doctor, setting up an appointment, but I was only 6 weeks then because I called the 13th of January. So I was 6 weeks, and then it was like 4 days later, I started getting um like a pinkish, and then it turned into brownish. It was like a discharge, and I was cramping really bad. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the hospital to get checked, just because I don't know, and I didn't want to go through the same thing as I did when I had miscarried in August. So I ended up going to the hospital, getting checked, and they ended up doing an ultrasound, just to make sure to see if I was miscarrying or whatever, just to check my uterus, everything. Everything was fine. They did tell me though that, oh my god, this quality sucks on my computer, and I just noticed. Okay, so they ended up telling me that it was my appendix. My appendix was swollen, but not swollen enough to have it taken out. So they're like, just keep an eye on it. If you get a fever, or if you're like in pain where you can't get up or do anything, then you have to come back so we could obviously have it taken out. And since then, it's actually, the pain's gone away, but there's times where I can feel it swollen, but not to the point where it's like you can't tell. And I'm always checking my temperature when I have that swollen, just to make sure it's like not that. Um but other than that, I've been fine. And then I actually went to the doctor, and when I was 8 weeks along, and I did get an ultrasound. I'm gonna have to show you guys that. I actually have a picture of it. When I was 8 weeks, I was really I had like nausea, but not like I'm gonna throw up. I just like felt it. I don't know if you guys could see it. It probably looks crappy because of the lighting. But so the top one was when I went to the hospital, and the bottom one was when I'm 8 weeks. You can't even say it. I'm gonna have to do like another one. Add like a link or something. So like the nausea started, but I wasn't throwing up. I was very tired. No, please turn off the TV. I was really tired and just wanted to sleep. And press it one more time. If you're gonna watch TV, you could go lay down on mommy's bed, okay? So I was very tired. I just wanted to sleep. And obviously I couldn't because of the boys. But as soon as Casey got home, and if I wasn't working that night, I was like, you know what? I'm going to bed. Like, dinner's made. You can feed them, get them ready for bed, shower them, whatever. I did have tender breasts. My breasts were like heavy and like just so tender. They like hurt. Like if I would lay on my stomach and I was laying on my boobs and I would get up, it was like painful. So I ended up not sleeping on my boobs for a while. But since then they've gone away. It's not, I mean, they're like full and heavy, but they're not really tender. It's more my nipples now, which is weird because I've never had that, especially when I was pregnant with the boys. But from like 9 weeks to 11 weeks, I am actually 11 weeks and 5 days today. So, from 9 weeks to 11 weeks, it was like full blown morning sickness, throwing up every day in the morning, and sometimes throughout the day. But that was just if I would eat like a lot of dairy stuff. Like I can't eat cereal for some reason. Um, Milk, I have to. Milk, not so much either. unless I really want it, and then I get sick. But I've been craving a lot of chocolate milk, and but I get sick, so I'm like, I can't do it. I'm still so tired. If the boys are watching TV and like I could be sitting down with them, like in our couch or whatever, I will go to sleep, and they'll be like, "Mommy, mommy," and I'm like, "Oh God!" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I fell asleep," but they like, I think they've noticed, and like sometimes they try to be quiet and just like play around me, but yeah, and I've been so emotional lately. Like, my sister, she's actually pregnant too. I think we're like 4 days apart. I think she's due like September 10th, and I'm due September 6th. And I was actually crying to Casey the other day, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be pregnant with her. Like, I'm pregnant with her, but since we're so far apart, like, we won't get to enjoy that. And I was telling him, I'm like, I have to go at some point throughout my pregnancy so we can like be together and like actually do like pictures together or just like spend time together. I'm like, yeah, we can text and like call each other, but it's not the same. And we were actually pregnant together with my first baby, with CJ. And she was pregnant with her son Carter, but she was like 3 months ahead of me. So this time it's the other way around, but it's only a few days apart, which is crazy, but exciting. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So, I mean, right now I'll be 12 weeks on Wednesday, and actually on Thursday I do have a doctor's appointment. Um, I just feel like I'm like out of breath, and my nose is so stuffy. Like, I always feel like I have boogers, and I'm like, I don't have anything. And my nose is always stuffy for some reason, which is weird. This pregnancy is actually way different than with the boys, because with the boys I was actually sick like the day I found out, to like I was probably like 17 or 9, between 17 and 19 weeks, like throwing up every single day, all day, every day. And now lately, like for the past week, I've been getting sick, but it's only at nighttime. And it's only at nighttime, which is good because like I'll eat a few crackers and I'll be fine, and then I'll just go to sleep. But like in the morning, if I'm sick, then I'm sick throughout the day and can't hold anything, which sucks because it's just hard with the boys. And then we're actually living at my husband's grandmother's house, and she does not know yet. So it's so hard because um she's always told us like, if you're pregnant, like, I'm gonna kick you out, which is horrible, but I understand, like, this is her house, she needs her space, which, I mean, we all need our space. Say hi. So, I mean, I get it, and we are actually looking into buying a house or something just to, like, get us out, and we do need our own space. We've been living here since we moved here in September of 2012, so... Is your head in the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're just looking, which is the best thing to do. It's time. We need our own space, and especially with another baby, um, it's just time. But yeah. So, is there anything? If there's any like questions you want to ask me about myself, my kids, um, anything, or if you could give me any tips, this is actually my first video, which I'm surprised it's only at 19 minutes. I thought it was gonna be like really long because I know I'm just been talking and talking and talking. But if you could give me any tips, I'm actually gonna do one more video on Thursday, and that'll be for like my 12th week video. Um, and I'll show you. I know we're gonna do the NT scan, and So we'll see how that goes. And then after that, I'm going to try to do like every week until like the end of my pregnancy. I do want to try to videotape my pregnancy. I know a lot of places don't let you, but I'm going to try to do that. You showing your airplane? Is that your helicopter?
Airplane and landing.
Okay, here. So yeah. But thanks guys for listening. If there's anything you guys want to ask me, I would like just forgot what I was saying. But thanks for listening. Subscribe to me. I'm gonna try to make videos every day, not just about my pregnancy, but about my boys and my family. So, any tips, please. But thank you for watching. Bye, guys.